welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new. So today we are going to tour my food storage. Now the food storage is still not done, but it is better than what it was. So I'm going to kind of tell you the plans for the food storage and show you what I have going so far. So first off, we're going to start in my kitchen and I'll show you what I have here. This does have extra food, but this is generally what I use on a day-to-day basis. So let me go ahead and take you around to everything that's going on. First off, we do have my freezer. So this is my freezer and it is very full at all times with pretty much every kind of food you can think of. I keep extra butters, frozen fruits, frozen veggies, and things like that here. And then I also have a deep freeze that I'll show you later. And here is stuff that I use pretty regularly. So I have chocolates for snacking, lots of snacks going on. You'll see that I have a storage of soups. All of my soups I keep up here, as well as some extra pasta. You will see lots of these bins going around, and I keep a pretty good list of everything in this cabinet because things tend to get lost. And it's pretty full right now. So down here I have the bread that I use regularly. I have a big storage of cream of wheat, and this is the pastas and current things that I'm using now. And then back here in the storage area here, if I move this is all of my canned meats. So all the way back to the back of the cabinet is canned chicken, Spam, Vienna sausages. I also have like summer sausage and some snack sausages and things like that. I like to keep this on hand just in case there's any emergencies going on. And then I also, you'll see more of these later on. Like I said, I'm still working out the storage, but I have lots of sauces, and that is because I keep a lot of dried beans, lentils, things like that, and I always want to have stuff to flavor them. Also over here, I have a lot of spices. There is at least 2 of the regularly used spices in this cabinet alone, just because I like to keep them on hand, and I do watch to see if they are going to go bad and what I am actually using. Now we can go down to the bottom cabinet that I have. So this is my bottom cabinet. This is where I keep my Ninja blender, and it's also a food processor, and it has an individual blender, and all of this is stored down here. This is also where I keep my potatoes because it is dark, so this is the best place to keep them. And I keep several tubs of white vinegar. This is the current one that I'm using, but there's actually 3 extras back here of white distilled vinegar, and this I can use. It's a 5% acidity, so I can use this for canning or for anything else that I might need it. I also keep my extra chips here. And then you'll see back in the very back here is my pancake mix. It's always kept back here. And my pinto beans are back here as well. This is actually, the beans are all going to be moved to be stored in the same place, but for now they're just hanging out in here. Then we can go to my bean storage. So I actually keep black beans, white rice, and Great Northern beans in these big canisters up here. These are not, while these are airtight, they are not sealed. So they can have air go into them. They're airtight in the sense that they are sealed right now, but they're not permanently sealed. So this is something that I do have to rotate through. And then my penne pasta, I've been using it lately, so it stays out on the counter. And this is where I keep my penne pasta. Then up here in these cabinets is really a mix. Like I said, I want to categorize and keep things all in the same place, but for now, this is really the best option for me. So I have a big tub of egg noodles. In case you're curious, these are 16 cup containers. So there is 16 cups of egg noodles when this is full. I try to keep these stocked up and full at all times. As you can see, I have been using them, but I try to rotate through. My goal is to get a couple of these and always have one of them completely full and then rotate it out. Elbow macaroni is great. It's a really cheap pasta. The egg noodles and the elbow macaroni are the cheapest pastas you can get, at least where I'm from, so I like to keep them on stock because not only are they inexpensive, but they are great fillers for meals. Jasmine rice. I also keep a lot of this on hand. Rice in general, basmati and jasmine is my favorite, but it's not always the cheapest, so I always have several varieties because I buy whatever is cheapest at the time. And then I have a nice 10-cup container of red beans. I really want to learn to make my own red beans and rice and other dishes, and I use this for chilies. And then of course you see my sunflower kernels. This is mainly just for salads and added. And then I always try and keep peanuts on hand as well. And that is pretty much all of the food that I keep in my kitchen. So let's go ahead and go to the back room. So welcome to my office. This is the back room of my house, and this is where food storage initially was going to go. This is currently being moved into the middle bedroom of my house, just because that room is a lot smaller. So this is my office, so though this is where you normally see me film videos. So everything is very unorganized right now in here, but I really wanted to get this out. So first off, I have oils. This room right now is pretty much canned food, oils, sauces, and dressings to make the dried goods that I have in the canned goods into a full meal. So I have everything from oils to cook to vinegars and acidic things, so lemon juices, lime juices, apple cider vinegar, malt vinegars. I have white wine, red wine, and balsamic vinegars, and all of that in here. And this is my cabinet, and let me show you what I got going on in here. So in this cabinet, you guys, there is a lot going on, and as of now, like I said, it is currently in the process of being reorganized and moved, so not everything is grouped together like it used to be. But this entire row here is oils. Again, we have some coconut oils and stuff like that, as well as broth. The powder you can use to make broth. I have both chicken and beef. This entire row right here is minced garlic. I absolutely love garlic as something to use in food, so I have an entire row of it. I believe there are 6 cans in here, and then I have 2 in my fridge currently. I'm really trying to make more and more from scratch, but sometimes I don't have time, so I have a few different types of pasta sauces kept in here that you will see. Brown sugar is a great sweetener, so I try and keep that on hand. Salsa is another thing that I use in so many dishes, as well as just a nice snack. So you will see tons of these, and then you will also see these jars being used to store. For example, I store my brown sugar in these empty jars. So these jars are used quite often as well. And you'll just see extra seasonings that didn't fit in my other cabinet. But the idea is I want to be able to use anything that I have. For instance, the dry navy beans and everything else that is back here. So I have, oh look, another minced garlic is back there. And then these are my sauces and oils, everything like that is kept in here. And then we have canned. So this isn't beef and chicken broth in cans, cream of chickens, cream of mushrooms, things like that. This entire row is carrots because I forgot I had this many carrots and I kept buying them. Everything from potatoes to olives. I have extra ketchups, mustards, mayos, peanut butters. Peanut butter is one that I like to keep on hand. Hot sauces, pickles, pumpkin and cherry flavoring. This is so I can make my own ranch dressing if I run out and I really need it. Then I have soy sauces, Italian dressings. I absolutely love pesto. I do have a recipe to make my own pesto, so I will be giving this a try once I can make enough green onion, because it's a green onion pesto, and it is from the YouTube channel Acre Homestead, so I'm really excited to give that a try. This is all of the dressings that I have for salads or marinades or things like that. More lemon juice. This is an unopened can of oats, and more oils and artichoke hearts. Down at the bottom, this entire thing is non-refrigerated almond milk. So for those that don't know, I am lactose intolerant. I do eat cheese sometimes, but things like ice cream and milk I cannot take. So I do keep almond milk on hand. It was really hard to find during the peak of the pandemic when it first, or not the peak, when it first started, and the shelves were bare all of the time. It was hard to find, so I ordered several cases of this, and it is good on the shelves for quite a while and doesn't have to be refrigerated until you open it. So I keep a lot of this on hand. More lemon juice. I use a lot of lemon juice. And then my sweeteners. So there's sugar back here as well as honeys. And I actually have more honey somewhere else. And this is an old cabinet that I had. And then I have canned corns and cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soups as well. Okay, you guys, so you've actually reached my actual food storage room. This is the room that will actually keep all of the food in it. It is a very small room. I do have a twin bed in here, but that's really all that goes in here. And this is the room that I want to be my backup storage from everything from food to toiletries, and everything goes in this room. It is a work in progress. I did buy this shelf here, and in the future, I want to have an entire wall of these shelves and have it filled with food or kitchen appliances and things like that. For instance, I got a food dehydrator for Christmas, and I'm starting to utilize that. I made my first batch of dried apples, and all of those appliances I don't use regularly, so they're gonna stay in here. I also have a small deep freeze in here as well, so let me go through what I have in here. But this entire room will be my food and toiletry storage for anything that could happen. Is this room. It's very small, not a lot goes on here, and I don't normally have tons of guests, especially not 2 guests at once. So the other room's going to be the priority room for guests, and this is going to be a room that utilizes if I have an extra guest. It is very full. The entire bed, you guys will see it, is because I'm cleaning out this room so I can put the food storage in here, and I have not made a trip to Goodwill. So if you see the bed, know that everything is going to be leaving soon, but I want to finish cleaning out this room and just take one trip all at once. So let me show you the room. This cabinet is empty. It's going to be leaving. I don't have any use for it, and I don't really like it. It actually was my great-grandpa's when he lived here, and right now it's blocking this closet, which has extra toilet paper, and I have some travel bags and all of the extra things. For instance, my toilet seal went bad, so I had an extra one of those in this closet. This is my deep freeze. It is pretty much full 100% of the time. It has dried fruits, it has frozen fruits, vegetables. There is taquitos in there for quick meals. There's pie crust, chicken, beef, anything like that goes in this freezer. Bacon, and also if I have leftover like potato soup, there's frozen potato soup and chilies in here as well. This is the room. This is actually my grandma's. She let me borrow it. It is her food saver, and I'm looking at purchasing one. But it has this port and comes with these attachments that allow me to vacuum seal canisters. I do not have a water bath system, and I really like the idea of vacuum sealing because the canned items that you see over on the shelf that I'm going to show you will be good for about 5 years minimum because of this storage. So let's go ahead and look. Here we have my emergency waters. There is one more that I'm going to buy to put here, but with this here, I have 8 gallons of water right here. So this is my emergency water, and it will be stored here. I have both individual bottles and the big one, so one more big one's going to go here. These are my extra canisters and storage. So as you can see, like I said, the salsa jars are some of my favorites. So I have those set aside, as well as various sizes of mason jars. I do not have a lot more of these, and they're hard to come by right now. I have extra lids to go on the mason jars, as well as a system. I'm hoping to get into fermentation, so I bought a fermentation kit, so I'm hoping to start on that. And I have 2 things of oxygen. I have 2 oxygen absorber of mason jars of oxygen absorbers, and there is about 100 in both of these put together. There's 100 of them, and I am hoping to get more because these are always great to have on hand as well. So now we can come up here to this level, and this is when my food starts. So these cannot be vacuum sealed, but this entire row right here and back is salt. So salt is something that's very, very easy to use in a lot of dishes. You use it for sweet and savory things. It does not go bad, or if it does, I've never been told. And it is pretty easy to store. I have it in these smaller containers to make sure that it doesn't go bad as I open it. It is not vacuum sealed because you can't vacuum seal, to my knowledge, salt without it becoming hard, and I don't want that. This right here, this row, is cornstarch. Again, just like the salt, it is not vacuum sealed, and I am absolutely loving having this storage. This entire shelf right here, it goes 3 deep and is 2 high, is basmati rice, and it is vacuum sealed. It has been cooked in the oven, dry cooked in the oven inside the mason jars to get out all of the bacteria or any bugs or anything that might have come in the initial rice bags, and then sealed and vacuum sealed into these jars. This is the only one that at the time I just had bought these, but I didn't have an extra one at this time. So this is just in an old juice bottle. Next, we have oatmeal. This is a great thing to make dishes go farther as well, and I just like oatmeal in general. And just like the rice, it has been baked in the oven and then vacuum sealed. So all of these 3 deep are full of oatmeal. Then 3 deep as well and vacuum sealed, and yes, they have been put in the oven as well. We have flour, and then one up top here. These are, goodness, these are wide mouth mason jars, and I believe they are 3 cups. Yes, so they are 3 cups each. So each of these has 3 cups. I do want to have tons more of these on hand stored with flour, because as things happen, as I predict they happened, or not predict, as I feel like things are going up in price and it's going to be harder to find stuff, flour is great for all bases of breading and tortillas and stuff like that. So I really want to keep more of these on hand. Sorry for the glare, my window is right here. So here we have lentils. This one is the one I'm currently using, so it is not sealed, but these back here are sealed. I have the standard lentils, and then I have red lentils as well. This one, just like the other one, is not sealed because this is the one that I'm currently using. Then we have navy beans. These are sealed, and a little bit of black beans that at the time didn't fit in that container that was in my kitchen. They probably do now, so I can go throw them in there. And more Great Northern beans. These, while not sealed because of the container they are in, do have an oxygen absorber in the middle of them, so they will be staying fresh for a very long time. And then at the top I have my dehydrator. I'm also hoping to get a canner, and it will go here, as well as a food saver. This is the space that I would like another bookshelf, but for the time being, I have this. I've had this since sophomore year of college. I got it for $20 at a garage sale, and these drawers are currently being used to house food. Surprise, surprise. So I have quick breakfasts. They last for a long time because the way they're sealed. So I have Pop-Tarts and Nutri-Grain bars in various sizes. I have lots of baking soda because of its usefulness. And I had to pull one out the other day, so it doesn't quite fit in there perfectly. I have pancake mixes, and then I have a lot of just add water dishes. These I will obviously be rotating through, but these just add water dishes are fantastic, and I have several different types. I have lots of mashed potatoes. These are not just add water, but they are great. These do have to be, well, I believe these just are water. Let me double check. Yes, so these can just be water. So I have different rice dishes and things like that. Here's a broccoli soup as well. And then I have lots of cornbread mixes scattered throughout just wherever they would fit, because they are, again, another very filling dish. This is my popcorn and snack area. And then we have dips and mixes, so gravies, ranch and Italian dressing mixes, fajita mixes, chilies, enchilada sauce mixes. Pretty much anything you can think of packet-wise is in here. And then just in case there's also an emergency, I have egg replacer. It's equivalent to 34 eggs. Eventually I would like to get my own chickens, but where I live now, I don't have a spot for them, and they're not allowed in my neighborhood. So as soon as I move, I'm hoping to get chickens, but until then, egg replacer is the best option, as well as freezing my eggs. And I will show you guys eventually how I do that, but basically you just put them in muffin tins, you crack them in muffin tins and freeze them, and then you can just pop them out of the silicone muffin tins and put them in a bag, and that's the way I have them. They are a bit runnier, the yolk is, but they do stay pretty good. And then I also would love to, I forgot what it's called, but something glass eggs, water glass or something like that, the eggs as well. But I, again, don't have chickens, so those are only good with fresh eggs. And the bottom drawer, this is the last of my food storage, I promise. This is all pretty much pastas. I see one or two exceptions. So as I said, I always keep extras. So I have egg noodles in here, as well as angel hair is my favorite pasta. So angel hair, fettuccine, not sure. This is a couscous. And regular spaghetti noodles, bow tie noodles are back here. Lots of different types of pastas. These are Aldi's brand. These right here are from my local grocery store, and they have a deal that goes on once or twice a year, and it's buy 10 for $10. And it's much cheaper. And then I normally have coupons at the same time, so I get it for even less than $10 for 10 boxes. So it comes out even cheaper than Aldi's. So I stock up at that time, and this is kind of left from last year. It should be within the next couple months that they have another one. And pasta doesn't really go bad, so I don't really bother keeping track of this. I do rotate the pasta. I have quicker meals like chicken and broccoli with rice. I do keep mac and cheese. Again, tons more of these quick meals that you just add water to. I have these as well. Again, my local grocery store sometimes gets sales that are better than the Aldi's prices. So you'll see name brand stuff or non-Aldi stuff only when the price was better at the grocery store on sale. So this is Aldi's. This is from my local grocery store. And I have tons of these. They go all the way to the back of this cabinet. And I also have another red beans and rice. Then over here, this I bought recently. This is actually something I'm going to fix coming up, but I needed a place to store it, is my ramen. Ramen is always a quick, easy meal. And I have beef and chicken flavor. You can see the chicken flavor is being used quite often. And so I'll have to restock this pretty soon because the person that eats this uses it a lot. So I'll restock that, and that is my food storage. Okay, so there you guys go. That is all of my food storage. As you can see, it's pretty well spread across my house right now. Really, that bookshelf is the standard of what I want my food storage to be. Obviously, if it's in cans and stuff, it's not all going to be in mason jars, but I'd like to have it more organized like that bookshelf is. Eventually, I will get there, but for now, I'm okay with this because I have the food. There are several things, for instance, like I said, the flour that I want to have more of because I'm going to start exploring different ways to make my own pastas or my own breads, just in case they are hard to find at the grocery store and I do run out of the stock that I have. So I am going to practice. So I do need to have some more flour and stuff like that on stock. And as always, I'm always going to keep trying new things. For instance, the dehydrator, I'm going to be utilizing that a lot more. So you will see a lot more different fruits and vegetables being canned and stored, and changes over the years. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will keep you updated on my food storage and the organization of it all to make sure that I use the food that I have. For instance, these are sealed for 5+ years back here, but I am going to use them and reseal as I go through. So that is the plan. For instance, if I need oatmeal, I'm gonna go grab one of those once the other tub of oatmeal runs out, and I'll just rebuy another tub and put it in mason jars. I'm not overly concerned about, well, this is sealed, so I'm only going to use it for emergencies. That's not the plan of this. It's to keep my stock rotating. That way nothing goes bad and it's always at peak freshness. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!